We are joined by Telugu Desam Party National General Secretary and also TDP Chief Nara Chandrababu Naidu's son. Sir, since the whole episode began, you are into it, you have been into it, trying to expose all the irregularities is what the TDP had been telling. So what do you have to say about this whole episode that has started? Corruption allegations to arrest to judicial custody. What do you have to say?
I mean, if you look at this entire project, this skill development project, this project was actually pioneered in Gujarat by the then Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji in 2013. And after that, 6 other states implemented this project. After looking at all this, Mr. Naidu decided that this is a good project and this project should be also implemented in Andhra Pradesh. And that's how this project came about. And close to about 42 centers were started and 210,000 people have received training. The skills were upgraded. Close to about 1 lakh of them were actually placed in various jobs and other self-employment opportunities. So this is a very, very proven project and a proven model. It's just unfortunate that we have a vindictive chief minister who's selectively targeting Mr. Naidu and has eventually sent him to jail on a false case.
So basically you're telling that this is a vindictive target. But CID chief in his press conference has clearly said there are a lot of evidences, and others have also told that there are 140 statements by witnesses as well. And there is all like false invoices have been filed, and they have a proof about everything here. And that is what has been put up in front of the court. So what about that, sir? What about these evidences? What about the statements by the CID officials? They are bureaucrats.
Yeah, CID is run by the state. All the people posted are YCP henchmen. I mean, do you need anything more than that? It is a corporation. Mr. Naidu did not sign the MOU. Mr. Naidu did not authorize any payments to that corporation. It's followed its due process. Payments were released. And the corporation went about doing its job, which is to upgrade the skills of the youth. That's it. And it's just amazing that how creative that a CID can get with no proof that any of these monies have gone into Mr. Naidu's account or his personal companies or anything. They have not been able to prove. The remand report, I don't know whether you read it or not, has not been able to showcase that. And that's something that we have also pleaded in the court.
So basically, sir, unlike you said that he is not named in the FIR, also earlier in your press conference you have said, apart from that, if we speak, sir, opposition has come together. Now politics is come up all over in the state here over this issue, wherein opposition is claiming that the arrest that was made, it was completely inappropriate. And we have seen that Jana Sena and BJP has also condemned it, apart from the other leaders from outside. So what do you have to say to them? They had been not very close and politically with the TDP, but now they are standing with you. So what do you have to say?
No, coming to the FIR, see this case, this entire investigation started in 2021. And after that, it's been now 2 years. Right? And in the FIR, they've had 36 other accused who've been arrested, investigated, so on and so forth. 4 agencies have done it. And all of them have said there's no money laundering in this. And other people are all out on bail. So after 2 years, the government has not been able to file a charge sheet. One fine morning they decide, let's fix Mr. Naidu in this case. And they've just dragged him into this. And they've not been able to prove anything in this case so far. So that's one part. The second part is, the entire country has now come together to stand with Mr. Naidu. Mamata Banerjee has expressed her solidarity. Zoho CEO, Sridharji expressed his solidarity. Like this, people are across the country and definitely parties even in Andhra Pradesh. So, my brother Pawan Kalyanji has also come out, expressed his solidarity to Mr. Naidu. CPI leaders have come out and stood by us. MRPS leader Mandakrishna Madiga came out. Lok Sakta Party has supported us. So, everyone except YCP understands that this is a false case. And Mr. Naidu, who's always stood for the highest levels of integrity and ethics, is being falsely framed and accused.
So the whole country was under, appreciating by the whole world when G20 was going on here. And we've seen that the chief minister, current chief minister, is not in the state, he's abroad. So at this moment, this issue coming up suddenly without any developments like you've stated, what is the understanding that you get out of it?
I mean, that we have a psycho chief minister. Period. I mean, the chief minister is busy holidaying, and from there he's happily sending his people to take us to task. And you've seen the reckless behavior of his entire ministry. And we are in opposition, they are in ruling. They filed false cases. They've taken us to task and they've sent us to jail. They are distributing sweets. They are burning crackers and they're celebrating it. Normally a government would do such celebrations when they got a company and they provided a few thousand jobs, if not lakhs of jobs. That's when a government celebrates, or when they've done a nice welfare program. But not that. They're celebrating because Mr. Naidu has been sent to jail. And that's how sad the state of affairs in Andhra Pradesh is.
So till the ruling government is fine because it is a political party, but we see your statements on police as well. You have also stated that just move aside the police and come one-on-one is what you've stated. Yep. So apart from that, we see all the party cadres are being arrested, house arrested, detained, and lathi charge has been taken place. So this whole police action is coming up depending on the reaction as stating law and order. So what is your understanding about it?
Well, I mean, India Today posted a poll with C Voter, and it clearly showed that TDP is now ahead of YCP. And from that day, he's been behind TDP cadre and our leaders. And Mr. Naidu is merely a victim of that. And that's the unfortunate thing. So they're not even allowing us to peacefully, express our right given by Constitution of India. Every step, police is stopping us. You know, when Mr. Naidu was arrested, as a son, I have a right to go call on him. Right? If investigation is going on or they're interrogating him, they'll ask me to wait, and I'm willing to wait. They didn't let me leave my Padayatra. So I wound up. I wanted to leave. I almost got into my car. They said no. They made me sit on the road for 5.5 hours. And they didn't let me leave to go see my own father. And I asked them why. They gave me a piece of paper saying, no, 149. You cannot go. And I read, what is that, 149? It says you're going to commit, if they believe that you're going to commit a cognizable offense, they can detain you. So I asked the guy, I said, the CA, saying, what is a cognizable offense? He couldn't say anything, he just pulled the paper and ran away. After that, I never saw him. But they didn't let me go for 5.5 hours. And it's nothing but a police raj that's running here. You know, YCP is shooting at us from the shoulders of the police. Nothing more than that. That's what's happening in Andhra. So that's why I said, remove the police and come. Then it'll be a clear fight. We can actually talk about facts.
So basically, you're talking about police action, but when we come to the opposition parties, Janasena has openly condemned the action. Yeah. BJP has stated that the procedure was inappropriate, but they have not said anything about the allegations that have come up. So what do you have to tell the BJP?
I mean, it's for BJP to decide their course of action. As far as we are, as a political party, Telugu Desam party our stand is very clear. Janasena party stand is very clear on this particular subject. And we will continue to fight against this government. I mean, we are not going to sleep until we send this psycho CM home.
So you are from the same party. You are N Chandrababu Naidu's son. Stopping you is okay, fine. That was a precautionary measure that they've stated. But Pawan Kalyan's episode that we have seen day before yesterday, it was completely like his, a plane was not let to land in Gannavaram. He was not allowed to enter the border, and there was a whole drama sequence that was going on. So what do you have to comment on that?
Why are you saying that because I'm a Telugu Desam party leader, I can be stopped? I mean, it's a very unfair judgment. I've done my bachelor's in the US. I'm a Stanford MBA. Before 2019, I've not had one case against me. Right? I've never seen a police station. No, I have close to 22 false cases against me.
Law and order
No, I'm saying I have 22 false cases against me. I've seen a police station 6 or 7 times. I mean, what is the law and order issue that a Stanford MBA can create? I really want to understand that. And that's why I asked him and he couldn't prove. The CA couldn't prove. That's why he ran away with my notice, which I'm yet to see again. And this is the same technique that they're using against every person who fights against this government. Pawan Kalyan ji had a meeting in Mangalgiri in his party office. So he was coming in a special flight. And government writes, AP government writes to Begumpet Airport in Hyderabad saying that don't let this flight come because he will create law and order problem. So they didn't let him fly. Then Pawan Kalyan ji came by road. And in the border, he saw the amount of drama. They stopped him for close to 2 hours. And look at where we're going. And then what happened at the end? They took him, kept him in, dropped him off in the party office. Has he created a law and order problem? Straight question. After they let me go to see my father, and I think now it's been close to 36 odd hours, have I created any law and order problem? After Mr. Naidu was arrested, yes, Carter came in big numbers on the road, but we didn't create any law and order problem. We didn't break anything. We are not a party run by hooligans. We are not YCP. I want to be very clear.
So what is the further course of action now? The bail petition, it is not clear whether it is filed or not. Apart from that, security measures is also a big concern. But we have seen that in the order copy that the judge has passed, in that it is mentioned that his security, tight security must be provided, and we have heard that his Z plus security is also guarding him inside the prison. So is it true?
What you've heard is false. So Mr. Naidu has a threat for the last almost 2.5 decades with Naxalites. He's been very strong against red sandal smugglers, drug peddlers, other rowdy elements. And these are the elements on whom he waged a war for close to 40 years of his political career. And he almost lost his life in 2003 through an attack by Naxalites. So ever since that, he's been an NSG protectee, and now the only NSG protectee in South India. So keeping all this in mind, we've asked the court to understand this entire thing and give him a house arrest, whichever house they choose. That's their prerogative. But give him that, because all these antisocial elements are there. And to be clear, he's not given any Z plus protection in the jail.
So what is the further course of action? Any more petitions like bail petition? What is the status?
We have filed a petition yesterday after the judgment came seeking house arrest given his security constraints and challenges. We're waiting for an order in that case, and after that we will decide on a future course of action.
So like you've mentioned that TDP is on a good momentum now, getting a lot of response from the people of Andhra Pradesh. So what do you think, this issue that is going on, this whole episode, is it grabbing any sympathy from people? Is it a kind of, boost? And also, let me tell you that opposition, one of your, the leader, Janasena party chief, has told that it is YCP and TDP both are doing it for their own personal gains, is what he has given on camera. So what do you have to say about this? Is the sympathy factor working? And is it that both are going together?
YCP, TDP will never go together. We will never support a corrupt person or a corrupt regime. Jagan spent 16 months in jail, has 38 cases against him, out of which 10 are CBI cases. I think close to 7 are ED cases, and they're all still pending. So why would we go align with a known corrupt individual, which is against the fundamental fabric of Telugu Desam and Mr. Naidu? That will never happen. So there's no second thought about it.
So sympathy factor, what do you think? The sympathy factor is working?
See, end of the day, it's for people to decide. Mr. Naidu has always stood for the highest levels of integrity and ethics. And today, if you look at him, not only people in Andhra Pradesh or political parties in Andhra Pradesh, neutrals across India, political parties across India have started to express their solidarity to Mr. Naidu. And that's the image that Mr. Naidu carries.
Thank you so much for speaking with us. So this was TDP General Secretary Nara Lokesh with camera person Damodar Abdul Bashir, Vijayawada.